Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle. And today we're going to be looking at another case study in which a guy online has posted his dating profile pictures and he's wondering which ones he should use as his main picture. And he's wondering why he doesn't have any success getting any kind of matches online on these apps that he's using. And for one, I'm pretty sure he's using Christian dating apps because I don't really recognize the ones that he's using. But it really doesn't matter. Really good pictures will work for Christian dating, just like they'll work for Tinder, just like they'll work for Hinge, Bumble. It doesn't matter. The pictures are 99% of your success online. So this brave young man really wanted to get to the heart of the problem. So he posted his pictures like, what is my deal? Like, what's going on here? How can I have success online? So yes, this is how you actually improve. This is how, you really get to the heart of the problem with online dating when you show your pictures to everyone saying, this is what I'm using. Like, what's my problem? So I really commend this young man for doing this because this is really how you solve your problems. Okay, so let's have a look at his photos. I'm going to blur out his eyes to protect his identity, but you'll get the main gist of the photos that he's using. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is his profile on Reddit. It's on the Christian dating subreddit. So yes, I think this is what this guy's, the pool in which he's fishing in is Christian dating. Let's have a look at his pictures. He says, what picture should I use as my main picture on my online dating profile? And I'll just tell you right now, you're not going to use any of these. These will not cut it online. Okay, you're not going to use any of these. These are going to go into the trash. Okay, otherwise you are just going to struggle, get super frustrated, and hate online dating. So scrap these. We've got to do a major overhaul here. First picture, it looks like he's with his family, and it looks like he's like 12 years old here. Not a good look. It looks like, yeah, unless you're appealing to other 12-year-olds, which you're not going to online with any kind of online dating apps, this is completely useless. So do not use this. Next thing, cell phone selfie, 2 inches from his face. Makes you look, it doesn't matter how attractive you are, you're going to look terrible taking pictures like this as a man. Same thing with that. Same thing with this. That as well. It's all the same photo, essentially. It's like 2 inches from his face with different facial expressions. Okay, a mirror selfie. Not any better. Mirror selfie. That's the same thing. Selfie again. So what we're seeing here is essentially 12 photographs of the exact same photograph. Okay, it's like taking 12 photographs of the same thing, changing his clothes. What can we do to really overhaul this guy? Okay? And the first thing we're going to do is get this guy a haircut. The top looks fine, but I would buzz the sides super close, probably a 1-inch, razor or skin fade to make him look more aggressive, more masculine. First thing I would do. Next, his facial hair. I don't know how old this guy is, but chances are he's probably 19 or 20. And if he can grow any facial hair whatsoever, get that 5 o'clock shadow going as much as possible. So get, the stubble showing. We have to make you look older. We have to make you look more masculine. Because right now it looks like, you'd be bullied. And people would beat you up. Maybe even girls would beat you up. Okay, I can say that because I've been in this guy's situation where I looked really milquetoast and weak in the past. I'm just telling you why this guy's not having any success online and what he can do to fix that. Okay, so get some stubble going. That's immediately gonna make you look older, make more mature, and more attractive to young women your age. Next, his body. Okay, right now, it looks like a stiff breeze could push him over. And that's totally fine. That can, work if you're dating women that are very young. In high school, maybe that would work. You'd probably be fine doing that, right? You would be fine dating women in high school. You would probably appeal to a lot of women in high school. You would appeal to women that are very young and probably underage, okay? And we have to change that. What will change that the most is getting you built, putting on some muscle so you look a little intimidating, a little more manly, a little more edgy. Because right now it looks like, you couldn't protect a woman if you were on a date with her, okay? And that has to change. I noticed this myself when I was a very young guy in my teenage years. When I filled out, it was a drastic game changer. Women started looking at me completely different because I started looking like a man finally instead of a boy. And right now you look like a boy. So, yes, improving your physique is going to take a lot of time. Okay, it's probably going to take, you can make physical changes, visual changes within 2 months. But in order to completely overhaul your look, it's going to take at least a year, probably more, depending on how good you are and how consistent you are, to really overhaul your physique. So women are just like, oh, okay, this guy is legit. This guy is a man. He's very attractive. That's the long-term project, is building up your physique to make you look more manly, more threatening. What is the next thing I would do? And I know this guy is catering to like conservative Christian women, but it really doesn't matter. Conservative Christian women and your, Tinder chick that uses it every weekend to hook up with guys are attracted to the same things, essentially. And that is masculine men, because women respond to what other women find attractive. They all follow each other. In order to make yourself more attractive to women, you have to look like a guy that gets a lot of attractive women. So what I would do with you, like I said, overhaul your physique. That's the long-term thing. Facial hair as much as we possibly can, even if it's just a little bit of stubble. Good, roll with it. More aggressive haircut. Next thing, your fashion style. I would go with a backwards hat. Backwards hat. I know you're telling me that's not my style. I'm a conservative guy. Doesn't matter. Look around. Go outside today and look at all the young, hot, attractive women and who they're with. They're with young guys with backwards hats. Hell, sometimes they're not even young men. They're guys with backwards hats. In my area, that's what it looks like. And I've worn backwards hat myself out in public. And sure enough, young women, little teenagers, and 19, 20-year-olds, they look twice. They stare. Because I don't know what it is. It just captures their eye, okay? And you have to be like, I don't want to dress like a douche. Like, I'm not a douche. Like, I'm a conservative Christian guy. Doesn't matter. You go with what works. Become that guy. Wear the backwards hat. I don't care if it's not your style. Just do it. Okay? And you're going to be transforming your physique to make yourself look even more masculine. But yes, backwards hat. I can't really tell what you're wearing. It just looks like a t-shirt in most cases. And a t-shirt can work fine as long as you're built. And right away you look masculine. That's the name of the game. I can't really critique your overall fashion sense because there's really not much to show. When you go to a busy mall, or you go to a downtown location where you see a lot of young attractive women that you find attractive, look how the men are dressed that are with these women. And that is what you want to replicate. That is when you'll find out, like, oh, okay, like, I got to look like those guys. I got to dress like those guys. And that immediately puts you in that same, demographic. Okay, so this is what I would do with this guy. As for the photo qualities, these cell phone cameras are not going to cut it. It's not going to work for anybody. The only person that's going to work for is young, attractive women. Even super attractive young women, they don't just go snap a couple photos. No, they take thousands upon thousands of photos to choose from, and they pick the top 3 or the top 5. And it looks like you spent, half an hour, snapping a couple pics and putting them up. And it shows. It shows in your results. Because you have put no effort into your photos, you get no returns. There's absolutely no matches. And there's nothing you can do to fix that until you start taking thousands of photos yourself and not selfies in the mirror or something like that. You get a professional photographer with a professional camera, or you get a friend with a high-end camera, whether that's a cutting edge cell phone camera that will, not the best, but that'll still work. But find people with very high quality cameras, get them to take a ton of pictures of you. And don't worry so much about the background, because we're gonna blur the background in post editing anyways. Or if you're with a professional photographer, he can, change the focus so the background is blurred anyways. So only you are in focus. That's what really sets you apart. That's what really makes you pop in a lot of pictures, is when you're in focus and the background is blurred. So yes, you may have to pay a professional photographer on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace, wherever you can find them, an amateur photographer with a very high-end camera that wants experience and they're just starting out their photography career. You can get photos for very cheap. And what you do is you get them to take a ton of pictures and you pick your best 3, best 5, and you can edit them yourself. You can say like, I'll edit them myself, don't worry about it. And then you download an app like Facetune, Face App, and you edit your photos yourself. You can put your more masculine, more handsome filters to make yourself even more attractive. And I know what you're thinking, like, I don't want to catfish people. Everybody is catfishing online. Okay, and online dating, everybody is doing it. The people that are absolutely killing it online, men, women, are absolutely catfishing online to some extent. Okay, now if you push it too far, you're gonna know, because you're gonna go on a date with a girl and she's gonna be out of there within 5 minutes. In which case, that you've pushed your editing too far. But in most cases, you're gonna edit your photos, you're gonna make yourself look like a model, and date's gonna go off perfectly. She's gonna be loving you because you look comparable to the photos. That's all that matters, is that you look comparable to the photos. You don't have to look as good. No one looks as good as their professional photos. Absolutely no one. Not actors, not models. They don't look as good as when they're in their pictures. So the exact same thing has to be done for you. You have to make yourself look spectacular in those photos with photo editing in most cases. So yes, when you go to find your photographer to take these pictures of you, you have to look at their catalog. What kind of pictures are they taking? Do they make the models look very attractive? Are they posed right? Do they look natural? By the end of this, you want to look at your photos and be like, man, that guy is a model. I am a model. That's how it's going to look in your pictures. Once you find those photos, now you're ready to have a good time online and actually get somewhere, instead of swiping, spending a shit ton of money with no returns. Okay, so this is my advice to you. Doing all of that, I'm not going to recap it all. You can improve your physique, improve your looks right now to make yourself more appealing. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, that's just for guys that want to hook up or want casual relationships. Absolutely not. Women that are conservative and, virgins, whatever it is, they're attracted to the same thing that, women with a lot of sexual experience are. They're after men that look a little bit dangerous, a little bit intimidating, a little bit masculine, a little bit edgy. And right now you have absolutely zero edge. So we've got to change that. The backwards hat will absolutely make you look more edgy. Your overall wardrobe can make yourself look more edgy. And of course, the photo quality and your expressions in those photos are going to make or break you, and your photo editing ability as well. And yes, it doesn't take like a rocket scientist to edit your photos properly. A lot of the time, it's just like a masculine filter that you put up. These apps are very they do everything for you. You just put like a more masculine or less masculine, more attractive, whatever it is. That's how you do editing these days with these apps. You can do it all yourself without having to pay somebody to do it. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you need help doing this, making sure your photos make you look like a model so you actually have success online, so you actually have a good time online. You get dates, you get lades, you get, girlfriends, hookups, whatever it is you're after. You have to take the time to make the pictures, pop. Make those pictures better than everybody else's, because that's the name of the game. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you need help doing this, I've got coaching links down below. Thanks for watching.